Bats and dolphins are two highly distinct groups of mammals. They live in different environments, they vary greatly in size, and they hunt different prey. Yet surprisingly, they share an extraordinary feature, an ability to see with sound. Bats and dolphins emit ultrasonic sound into their environment and utilize the returning echoes to build incredibly accurate images of their surrounding. This is known as echolocation. In complete darkness, they can navigate and avoid obstacles, but also detect, discriminate, pursue, and track the trajectory of prey. Despite their distinct evolutionary starting points in air and water, bats and dolphins exhibit remarkable functional convergence in the way they see with sound. Echolocation is used by approximately 1,100 species of bats and some 80 species of toothed whales. Bats were the first to be discovered using ultrasonic sound, which led to the discovery of echolocation in dolphins. Echolocation can be divided into two basic operations: the emission of ultrasonic sound and the reception and analysis of returning echoes. This is the same for both bats and dolphins. Echolocation signals vary in repetition rate, intensity, frequency, and length based on the species and situation. Surprisingly, the echolocation signals of bats and dolphins share a very similar frequency range, from 10 kHz to 200 kHz. In bats, echolocation calls are produced in the larynx and emitted through the mouth or nose depending on the species. The returning echo is received by their highly sensitive ears, which are shaped to amplify sound. However, some bats also have special muscles that close off the inside of their ear to prevent deafening from their own echolocation calls. Using echolocation, bats are able to determine the direction, distance, size, shape, and hardness of objects. Experiments have shown that bats can even detect objects as fine as a strand of human hair in complete darkness.
Like bats, dolphins use echolocation to avoid obstacles and search for prey, as well as for social interaction. Dolphins produce ultrasonic whistles, or clicks, by forcing air through two pairs of phonic lips, which are located 3 cm below the blowhole in its nasal system. The clicks are projected from the melon and received by the lower jaw, both of which consist of a special lipid material known as acoustic fat. Once the echoes are received by the lower jaw, it is transferred to the ears and finally to the brain for interpretation. Using echolocation, dolphins can detect objects at ranges over 100 meters and can distinguish the shape, size, material composition, and internal structure of prey. In air and water, bats and dolphins have independently evolved the unique ability to echolocate. The two environments have very different physical properties. For instance, sound absorption is greater in air than in water, and the speed at which sound travels is 5 times slower compared to water. Therefore, dolphins are able to detect objects at ranges over 100 meters, and bats only at approximately 2 to 10 meters. The sound reception pathways are also very different between bats and dolphins. This is because bats have to transfer airborne sound waves to the fluid of their inner ear, whereas the sound waves that dolphins receive are already waterborne. This results in the slower transmission of information for bats compared to dolphins. Directionality is a major driving force for call frequencies. High frequencies are used to locate small prey and lower frequencies for large prey. Accordingly, bats are required to operate at high frequencies and dolphins at lower frequencies. Despite the difference, the functional value of the high frequencies emitted by bats are reduced by the severe absorption of sound in air and offset by the slower speed of sound travel. Thus, bats and dolphins produce echolocation signals in a similar frequency range.